Alright, hello. I know it's been a while, but I did this last year, so I'm going to do it this year too. This is my NFL playoff prediction. I got some yard gameplay for today, just because anything else was boring. So, we'll start off with the NFC. Obviously, the Packers advanced. They're in the #1 seed. I think it's an easy game for the Saints. I think they could easily beat the Bears. I don't know how they got into the playoffs. So, the Saints advanced to play the Packers. When it comes to the Seahawks versus the Rams, I really like the Seahawks here. But the main reason I'm going to go with the Seahawks is because Jared Goff isn't playing. If he was playing, I'd believe that Rams defense would be able to carry them. But whenever you just don't quite have your whole offense, I don't know if you can beat that Seahawks defense neither. So I'm going to go with the Seahawks here. Now, here's an interesting pick with Washington and the Bucks. A lot of people are saying the Bucks, but I mean, this is the same Washington team that beat the Steelers. This is the same Washington team with that same defense that could easily slow down the Bucks. And I'm going to go with the Washington football team. I am fairly confident in them being able to beat the Buccaneers tonight. Or not tonight, but this weekend. Okay, let's move on to the AFC. We're still in the wild card weekend, by the way. So, obviously, Chiefs #1, they advance. I think this is probably the best game of wild card weekend. The Chiefs and Colts, or not Chiefs, but Bills and Colts. And I just think Josh Allen's better than Phillip Rivers, and he'll carry that offense better. So I got the Bills beating the Colts. When it comes to Steelers versus Browns, I wanted to go for the Browns, especially after what Juju said. But whenever you just don't have your head coach, the guy who's helped this franchise become what it is today, I just can't bet against the Steelers team that dominated for most of the year with that defense, and you just don't have your head coach. I got to go with the Steelers. And then when it comes to Titans versus Ravens, last year I picked the Ravens. This year, that Ravens defense just doesn't look like they were who they were supposed to be. And that Titans offense just gets better and better. And so I'm going to go with the Titans. I think the Titans could beat the Ravens easily. Alright, so we're in the second round of the playoffs. We're going to move back to the NFC at the Packers versus Saints. I love the Packers here. I really do. Because Drew Brees, he just isn't the same Drew Brees since he came back from his injury. Alvin Kamara isn't going to carry you. He's not going to be able to... He'll obviously tear apart that defense. But you're not going to be able to keep scoring whenever you got the Packers defense throwing up against your defense as well. Your defense is not the best. It's not what it used to be. So I got the Packers beating the Saints, moving on to the NFC Championship. Or not Championship. Yeah, the NFC Championship. Okay. Then we got the Seahawks versus the Washington football team. This is pretty easy. I got the Seahawks. Should be close. But I mean, that Washington offense just won't be able to keep up with that Seattle defense. I'm sorry. That should be pretty easy. Okay, so Bills versus Chiefs. This will probably be the best games of the playoff overall. And I just think that Bills defense is better. I really think the Bills could beat the Chiefs here. They got a better defense, just as strong as of an offense. I'm going to take the Bills to beat the Chiefs. Knock off the #1 seed, have the Bills move on to the AFC Championship. Now, the Steelers versus Titans could be interesting. That Steelers defense is just too much for me to bet against them, especially against someone like the Titans defense. I like Derrick Henry, he'll do well, but the Titans defense is going to cost them this game. I'm going to go with the Steelers, so they move on to play the Bills. Now, for the NFC Championship, it's the Packers versus Seattle. A rematch from way back in time, right? I like Seattle here. I really do. Packers defense, I know I was just talking about how good they were, but I mean, you got such a high-powered offense with Russell Wilson down there in Seattle. I don't see that defense being able to stop them. So I got the Packers moving on to the Super Bowl. Then you got the Bills versus Steelers. That defense should keep the Steelers in the game, and I would go Steelers here. But I just think Josh Allen's going to get him out of that game. We got Stephon Diggs and Cole Beasley to throw to all game. I got the Bills beating the Steelers and moving on to the Super Bowl. So you got Super Bowl beating the Bills and the Packers. This will be a tough game to choose between. I just think Josh Allen would throw like dimes against that Packers defense. I don't see that Packers defense being able to keep up. It's always defense, because I mean that all these teams have high-powered offenses, except for maybe Washington and the Bears. And I would say the Colts offense isn't the best. That's the only thing holding back some of these teams are defenses. So I'm gonna say the Bills win the Super Bowl for the first time. They don't lose their 5th one. That'd be great for Bill Mafia. Don't jump through tables, please, just because I said you're gonna win the Super Bowl. But yeah, I got the Bills winning the Super Bowl against the Packers. I haven't really seen that prediction anywhere, but I see it happening. Now I expected this to last a lot longer, but it'll be alright. Oops, excuse me. So hopefully you just enjoyed the gameplay, and yeah, let me know what you think.